Alright everyone, well, just to add water, because I just saw Aquaman. But yep, Aquaman just came out in theaters. I know it's the holiday season. I know I got a bunch of stuff that I'm working on, including a game review that I promised, and obviously stuff to sum up the year and look forward to for next year, the year 2019 to be exact. But I figured I might as well do one more movie review, and I know I've been pretty behind on movie reviews lately, and please excuse my voice and the fact that it sounds a bit nasally. I do have a little bit of a cold, actually, to be exact. But I was able to see this movie. Obviously, I anticipated it for this year, and, well, as you could tell by my last game review, I was hoping that it was really good, so how well does it hold up? It was pretty damn good. Yeah, because first of all, the director, James Wan. He was known for directing a lot of famous horror films like the Insidious movies, the first two to be exact, first two Conjuring movies, and I'm not sure if he's going to come back and direct. I'm sure he's going to at least produce the third Conjuring movie, which I'm a little bit skeptical on, but the casting. Yeah, you have Jason Momoa, who I mentioned in the New York City Comic-Con video I was looking forward to meeting, but he canceled that the day that I went there, and a bunch of other actors like Nicole Kidman, Patrick Wilson, who coincidentally was in the first two Conjuring movies as Ed Warren, as well as the first two Insidious movies, and he plays the villain Ocean Master, as well as a bunch of other actors like Willem Dafoe, and so forth. So, yeah, I'd say the film definitely holds up well. We all know DC comic movies have had a bit of a spotty history. We've had some really bad ones and some ones that occasionally change the tide and turn out to be great, like the Dark Knight movies. Wonder Woman was a huge hit. I'd say this one is pretty much second to Wonder Woman. You know, it's almost there, and it definitely pulls off the magic hat trick pretty well for the most part. First of all, the action. Yes, the action is really what makes this movie great. It is filmed so flawlessly. And this isn't the first time, obviously, that James Wan has directed a non-horror film. He's also directed Furious 7, which he did a really good job with. I mean, most of the Fast and Furious movies, well, before the fifth one went on a little bit of a speed bump before it eventually picked itself back up. And this movie, he did a great job with. I was really surprised with most of the casting. I think Jason Momoa does great. He's a bit, like, he's not your typical superhero. You know, he's raised up, in case you don't know about this character too much, which I really didn't. I mean, I was a little skeptical on how they were going to balance this out, if it was going to take itself seriously, you know, with the whole being half man, half fish type person. I was a little bit worried with the trailer how much silly humor was going to be in there, which there is a little bit of it, you know, at the beginning especially, and it's about basically the Queen of Atlantis, who's played by Nicole Kidman, is found washed up on the water, and a man that's working the lighthouse happens to spot her, and of course they get married and have one son who's basically half human, half fish, who turns out to be Aquaman himself. But of course, she's from the Kingdom of Atlantis, and it's run like a monarchy, which they have to, you know, do this whole arranged marriage crap, and so he ends up having a half-brother, and when he's older and grown up, he's obviously played by Patrick Wilson, known as Ocean Master. He's basically the main villain, which I didn't think he was going to be. I thought Black Manta was going to be more the main villain, but he's more pushed to the side a little bit, and that's where I had to sort of complain a little bit, but not to be too much of a complainer about that. And he is good. He does have a good motivation for wanting to kill and go against Aquaman because of his whole father thing, so please excuse a bit of the spoilers in this. I mean, I'm going to try to keep the spoilers to a minor to moderate level, but I won't spoil too much for you people. As I said, the action's great. I love the fight scenes, especially at the beginning. I love all the flashback sequences of how Willem Dafoe's character, I forgot what his name was exactly, teaches Aquaman's character how to swim, and all the ocean scenes are magnificent to look at. I was a little worried how, you know, sometimes CG in films, when they do these big cities and everything like that, can look great, and other times, like Green Lantern, it can look a little bit ugly. I'm just hoping with the Green Lantern Corps reboot, they do it better, make it more Avatar-like, and then with this movie, it looks great, you know. It's almost as good as the city of Asgard in the Thor movies. So, yeah, it did a great job with this movie. It looks fantastic. Everything just looks big when they're underwater. It looks great. Characters, you know, you care about what's going on half the times, and basically, it's nothing you haven't seen before. I mean, we kind of seen this plot before many times. You know, because his half-brother, like I said, Ocean Master is the main villain. He wants to wage war on the living land, because, it's all an underwater city. He tries to take over other underwater cities, and of course Aquaman obviously has to be the hero to stop it. He's cocky, he's a bit of a wise guy, so you kind of expect it a bit, and you get a few laughs here and there. Like I said, there's a couple of silly jokes, like with the mother eating the fish at the beginning, out of the fish tank, and you got, of course, the peeing scene. You probably saw it in the trailer, so it's not too much of a spoiler right there. And there's some pretty nice moments, too, as well, that you really, care about and everything like that. Like when they're on land through Sicily, and it has a good feel to it as well, like this, because Aquaman's character cares about the people on land. He's always saving people. He's your typical superhero, and then the woman that comes in and tries to get him to fight against Ocean Master is like, she doesn't care about people on land. All they do is pollute and everything. And he's like, he tells that there's a lot better out of people than they really think. Like there's good people on Earth. So yeah, I think the movie has a good feel, a good theme to it. And overall, I think it did a great job. I think DC finally pulled the magic hat trick on this. I think I was very satisfied with it. I think James Wan did a great job. And though it is a little bit long, I think it did great, for the most part. I'm not surprised that there's probably going to be a sequel to this film, but for the most part, yep, just add water, because that's what you need to make a great DC comic movie. Right next to Wonder Woman, and I did enjoy Man of Steel. And in case you're wondering, yes, chronologically it takes place after the Justice League, and also, yes, there is a mid-credit scene. There's nothing after the credits that I know of, but yes, the mid-credit scene, stick around, won't spoil it for you right there. Great action, pretty good acting, silly humor. All I can say is DC did great. So, overall, satisfied. Wii Motion Plus up, and the Plane Wheel Mode up. Way to go, DC. You pleased me very well. So, till next time, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy whatever you celebrate, game reviews, and you know what's going to be next to sum up the year 2018, and looking forward again into 2019. Happy holidays, everyone.